Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, September 22nd, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, go to CATEX TV. There was another big earthquake in Chile yesterday. It was a 6.5 quake on the Richter scale. It hit near the capital of Santiago. The tremor reportedly shook buildings in the capital. Buildings apparently did not sustain any structural damage, and there were no reports of injuries, nor was there a tsunami alert. The quake is the latest tremor in a series of aftershocks that followed that massive 8.3 quake that hit in the same area last week. Speaking of that massive quake, the risk modeling firm AIR Worldwide estimates that insurance and reinsurance industry losses from that quake could reach as high as $900 million. That quake struck Chile's central coast near Illapel, creating damage along the coast from both shaking and from the tidal wave that resulted from the undersea quake. At least 12 people died as a result. Shaking was felt as far away as Sao Paulo, Brazil, which is on the other side of the continent. The crisis enveloping Volkswagen in Germany is just getting worse and worse and worse. This morning, the company issued a profit warning, no kidding, after they admitted that some 11 million of its diesel vehicles worldwide had been outfitted with the cheating software. This was the software that is designed to turn itself off as soon as the emissions testing is finished. In a statement, Volkswagen said it was setting aside $7.3 billion US to cover the fallout from the scandal. They're going to need a lot more than that. Volkswagen's share price went down another 19%. This comes on top of a 17% drop yesterday. So in just 48 hours, they've lost some 25 billion euros off their stock valuation. The trigger to the company's market woes was a revelation last Friday by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency that Volkswagen had rigged cars to defeat U.S. air quality tests. Tropical storm Ida is meandering around an area of the central Atlantic Ocean today. Forecasters are saying it's going to gain and lose intensity over the next week before finally becoming a hurricane on Saturday. The main concern right now for the storm that has 50-mile-an-hour sustained winds is that it's going to be proceeding over warm Atlantic Ocean water. The temperatures of that water are at least 84 degrees and in some instances even higher. As we know, hurricanes and tropical storms feed from hot, warm Atlantic Ocean water. It's expected that this could develop into a hurricane on Saturday. Forecasters are watching it very closely. And actually the Gulf Coast and New Orleans in particular are eyeing the storm very, very carefully because one of the projected paths brings it into the Gulf of Mexico. The chairman and chief executive officer of Goldman Sachs is Lloyd Blankfein. He's one of the most visible people in the American industry of commerce and finance. He announced yesterday that he has received a diagnosis of, quote, highly curable lymphoma. This was in a note to the bank's employees and shareholders. The 61-year-old Blankfein said he underwent a series of tests after he wasn't feeling well this summer, and a biopsy this week revealed that he had lymphoma, which is a type of cancer. Blankfein said, fortunately, my lymphoma is highly curable, and my doctors and my own expectation is that I will be cured. His treatment plan will include chemotherapy over the next several months in New York, but that he will be able to work, quote, substantially as normal. In the United States, the summer driving season is ending, and the switch to gasoline composed of a higher proportion of ethanol is underway across the country. This is going to further reduce crude oil demand as the ethanol replaces the crude oil content of gasoline. And according to the American Automobile Association, the average retail price for U.S. regular unleaded gasoline is currently at $2.28. Analysts are saying that they're expecting that by the end of the year, gas prices nationwide could be below $2 a gallon. Already in South Carolina, which has the lowest average gas price in the country, a price per gallon of gas is $1.91. 5 states are reporting an average price of less than $2 per gallon. Well, the Pope is leaving Havana, Cuba, as we speak, and is en route to Washington, D.C. On his way to Cuba, apparently he phoned in to the Air Traffic Control Center at the Bermuda International Airport. An air traffic control specialist said she did not know whether to laugh or cry when receiving a call from Pope Francis. This is in a story in the Royal Gazette down in Hamilton. It's actually quite interesting. The extraordinary call came through the New York Air Traffic Center, which is the controlling body for the airspace above Bermuda, when an Alitalia pilot told her he was, quote, carrying the Holy Father on board the plane from Rome to Havana. The air traffic controller said, when I first heard from New York, I thought it could have been an emergency situation or just someone wanting to get information. I responded, and that's when he told me he was carrying the Pope. The pilot said, we are Alitalia, we are flying over your airspace, and on board we have the Holy Father, and we would like to pass on a message to your nation. The Pope then came on the line and said, I send cordial greetings to your country and blessings. It was quite a remarkable exchange. The air traffic transcript is very interesting reading. The Premier of Bermuda, Michael Dunkley, said he appreciated the gesture, and the woman who was speaking to the Pope was thrilled. Meanwhile, in the United States, Washington, Philadelphia, and New York are preparing for Super Pope gridlock, especially in New York, where his visit coincides with the UN General Assembly annual September meeting. If you're coming into New York from overseas for meetings, good luck. We're staying far away. Thank you for watching. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. We'll see you tomorrow.